Knights of the Frauded, here's your stallion. The drink for freedom. The drink for federal indictments. The drink for a man who's alone against the system.
Frauded or thunder.
The pride is back. It's the power of a Red Bull. Looks cheap, but it's so expensive. Vitamin injected. Inject me. Frauded or thunder. On the thirsty road of life, you have to pay to prove you can. Live the emotion of an individual with the awesome power of nature distilled into one energy drink. Because after you get struck by lightning, there's thunder.
Frauded or thunder.
What's going on, guys? You're very welcome to another Degenerate Watch live stream, and I'm very sorry about the clickbaity title, but I wanted to get as many people here as possible to try get as many votes in onto the poll on the community tab before the deadline. Now, I know I said I was going to cut the poll voting off at around 2 p.m. Eastern time, but since I'm live now at the moment and I'm actually sitting at the computer, I'm just going to let it run for maybe another 15 or 20 minutes or so. I just want to the deadline is 3 o'clock Eastern time, but I just want to get it done because just to make sure there's no hiccups, and I'm doing it at the last minute, maybe our vote won't go in. But in case you don't know what I'm talking about at the moment, there's a post up on the community tab on the channel's community tab with 4 names you can choose from, and it's voting for the new ambassador pup at the Wolf Conservation Centre. It's voting for the new ambassador pup's name. So as you know, we adopted an ambassador wolf back last June, and that was Zephyr. And unfortunately, Zephyr passed away last summer, and our sponsorship changed to Zephyr's sister, which is Aloe. But because there's only 2 ambassador wolves left at the center there at the moment, which is Nikai and Aloe, they have a brand new ambassador wolf pup that they're going to introduce, and now we'll see some pictures of the pup and stuff like that after they've named him. So the deadline is 3 o'clock Eastern time, which is in about 40 minutes or so. So yeah, we'll kind of leave the voting open for another 20 minutes. So if you haven't voted on that yet, go over to the community tab on the channel there. I'm just going to pull it up on the screen now just for a second so we can see what the votes are looking like, and then I'll say hello to a few people in the comments because I see we have a few comments coming in there. So I hope everyone's having a good day. It's nice and sunny here in Ireland. It's about 7:20 in the afternoon, or in the evening, I suppose. And yeah, it's been quite a good day here. I hope everyone's keeping safe and well out there, and I hope you're having a good weekend so far. It's actually a bank holiday weekend here in Ireland, so yeah, so a lot of people are doing different things this weekend. Kind of a lot of people going down the country to the beach and the seaside. But yeah, I'm just gonna pull up this. So there is the poll at the moment, and it seems that the name Silas is winning. So if you haven't voted in that poll, there's a link down in the description of this video to that poll. So if you go over there and vote for whatever your favorite name is, and whatever is winning that now, whatever name is winning on the poll, within the next 15, 20 minutes, I am going to, we're going to cast our vote for that name. So, and then we'll see. I don't know if they're announcing the name today, but I'll keep you updated on that. And of course, in the next week or two, I'm going to have that Wolf update video. And the reason why this is so late going up as well is because I'm really behind. I'm catching up with my emails and messages and stuff, so I'm just kind of getting through them. And then I was like, oh God, I may get something up about this. So I'm just going to refresh that poll here and see has it changed at all there. So we've 28 votes so far. Silas is winning on 43% of the vote, and coming in at a close second is Makaya. So I'm just going to go to the comments there now. So hello to everyone that's joined us. Hello to I'm Dizzy. Good to see you. Horror History, Teresa Hall. I'll just get back to you there 1 second, Teresa. There. Hello to Brian. Slide 100. Kiwi Dave. Good to see you. Now, Teresa was saying, are you on about the intro, Teresa? What some of the clips in the intro there? The clips in the intro are just basically clips from around Ireland. Most of them are kind of around my area. Some of them in Dublin there, and then there's a couple of drone clips there, and that would be in Dublin. Hello to Shadowhawk. Good to see you. Join us there from North Carolina. And I'm sorry to anyone watching as well if I repeat myself a number of times about this poll there, but I just just to remind people that are joining. So I just thought I'd jump on while I was waiting to do this, and I just see who was around and kind of see because I'm not sure because if everyone sees the community posts, because I know notifications can be hit and miss, and then I know a lot of the community posts kind of depend on if you're scrolling through at the right time, whether you see it or not or whatever. But yeah, Teresa, that is they're mainly clips from around Ireland and are kind of around County Wicklow. Some of them are. Is there any particular part of it or whatever that you thought look particularly nice or whatever that you want to know where that place is? Just let me know. Hello to Ganom Nip, join us from California. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. I hope the weather is good for you there in California. And Brian is saying Dakota is a Native American word meaning friend to all. Seems fitting for an ambassador. Yeah, that is quite fitting name for an ambassador, and I didn't actually know that. And I know some of their other wolves at the center. I know some of them have kind of Native American names, and I think Alawa is. I think Alawa was a Native American name as well. That's the wolf that we have adopted, and of course that adoption will be renewing our adoption there in June. Well, it is June. Sorry, folks. We'll be renewing our adoption in the middle of June, in the middle of this month. So, and Shaky Monkey's just saying there, good to see you. Shaky Monkey is saying community posts are delayed. I get some from 2 days ago. See, that's the problem with community posts, and that's why when I posted it, like I posted on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram about it, and I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe people won't see it. So I said, I'll just come on a live stream. Maybe some more people will get a notification. And then I suppose we could just hang out for a bit here and, have a chat and see what's going on. And I am going to keep an eye on the time as well, just to make sure that things are all good there. So what's everyone doing for their weekend? Anybody doing anything exciting? This morning I kind of went down and we were having a little walk around Cortown Harbour, which is a couple of miles away from here. And it's a nice little village, very quiet in the winter. It's kind of more of a tourist type place. It kind of comes alive in the summer months, and very nice down there. It's nice to have somewhere kind of like that. A lot of people from Dublin kind of come down that sort of way, on mainly bank holidays. I was talking to the guy that was running like a donut van down there. He was selling like, you know, those little small donuts and all or whatever that you get. They cook them there and then or whatever. I was talking to him and he was saying like it hasn't been quite busy yet, but like obviously that was about 12 o'clock. I was talking to him and he reckons that, you know, come later on in the daytime, maybe about 2 or 3 o'clock, it was going to pick up. So hopefully he did well down there today anyway. He's a very nice man. And I'm just going to see if I can get like kind of a couple. Just going to see if I can get yeah, so some of those pictures there would be Coretown. No, it's a small little kind of village, I suppose you'd say, and there are by the sea, so that's the attraction for everybody. By the sea, there's a lot of like amusements there, you know, like arcades, stuff like that. There's a nice kind of crazy golf stuff, kind of mainly aimed at kids and all, but like adults can go there. There's a little picture there. It has kind of a little boating type lake. It's kind of done out as like pirates, you know, pirate island or whatever you'd want to say. Yeah, it's quite nice, and there's a crazy golf course on it there. Yeah, so it's nice down there. Gano Nip is saying that he's getting ready for his wedding, getting ready for my wedding next week. Hello, Susie. Oh yeah, and congrats. And I hope the day goes well for you as well. Are you getting married in California? And Dave saying it's Sunday morning, almost 6 a.m. So Dave's up quite early there. Yeah, it's crazy to think, you know, like we're still on Saturday here. Dave's all the way in Sunday, so Dave's in the future. Dave's ahead of us. Horror History is saying enjoying the brief bits of summer we get in England at the park. Whoop whoop. Well, you have to enjoy, I suppose, like in the part of the world where we are, we kind of have to enjoy what we can, what we get when we can, because it could change in the next couple of days. But I think they're giving good forecasts for the next little while, so hopefully that sticks through, and we get some nice weather. Continuing anyway, but there was a bit of an easterly wind which was making it a bit cool, especially like you're kind of getting caught out in the morning. Sometimes they go out and you'd put on a jumper, and by the time you get like 10 or 15 minutes away from the house, if you're going for a walk, you might be sweating, you know. So it's kind of hard to judge sometimes. And Brian is drinking coffee and Irish cream until it's time to switch to real whiskey. So Brian's getting in the weekend mood there. And hello to Miss Mandy. I mailed you. I messaged you on Instagram there. I don't know if you got it. I don't know if I have to follow you for you to see that, or if it goes through as a request. But I messaged you back there yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. I'm getting mixed up now. Dave's gonna say I'm having a choo-choo moment. But there's a fog here, Dave, so it must be from all the steam. Yeah, well, I hope, Ganom, I hope your wedding goes really well for you, and that you enjoy your honeymoon. Are you going anywhere nice? Tracy Hall saying, studying my Scots Gaelic. I did not know whiskey is life water. Have you been working on your Irish? Yeah, whiskey, the water of life. There's a place near here called Barniski, and they have there's a distillery out there, and it's they have a nice whiskey called Bar on Ishke. It's obviously Irish of Barniski, But yeah, that's just not too far from here. But yeah, no, I haven't been working on my Irish lately. But well, actually, we were having a conversation, me and a couple of friends, the other day, where we were trying to say, you know, random phrases and see what was you know, kind of see could the other person get what was being said, like, you know. So you can have a bit of fun sometimes. Susie saying life water sounds like it's aptly named. Yeah, I think so. Well, it'll give you the life anyway. Like, is it? So some of the whiskey, it'll give you a right kick. And then others will kick you and you'll be down. Dave saying you confused. Never, never, never. I'm never confused, Dave. It's just it's an illusion. You know what I mean? But hello to Roshi, enjoying this. Good to see you. And I'm going to check back in on our poll there, because I don't want to, because I know what'll happen to me. I'll end up getting distracted, and I'll forget. So let's refresh it there and see. So anyone that's just joined us, if you haven't voted in the poll yet, please do vote in the poll. It's going to be open for maybe another 10 minutes there. And then I'm going to place the vote with the Wolf Conservation Centre. So this is for the new Ambassador Wolf Pup's name. So pick your favorite there, and then whatever one is winning in the next 10 minutes. So it's 19:30 right now here. So when it gets to 19:40, whatever it is on the vote on this poll, I'm going to pick that one, and we're going to vote then for that name. So you have 4 choices there, and at the moment Silas is winning, and Silas has been doing quite well since I put the poll up, to be quite honest. So yeah, that seemed to be the standout one from the start there. So if you haven't voted on that, do go over there, and then I'll do the vote, and you know, hopefully they do pick our name, but I'm not sure if they're going to be announcing it today or not, but I will find out. And also they will be posting some pictures and all, so you know, it'll be nice and interesting to see. And plus, kind of a little spoiler alert, I suppose, for the next Wolf update. But there has been some pups born there, so you know, so that'll be something we'll kind of be taking a look at in the next Wolf update video, along with other news as well. And Danny's saying I was first to vote, and thanks very much for being the first vote. Yeah, and Danny's saying it does some pretty pictures. Yeah, it is really a nice place down in Courtown Harbour down there, and I'm pretty sure it will be busy this weekend, especially with it being a bank holiday. But I presume probably the August bank holiday might be a bit busier down there, because, you know, I suppose like there are people already on their holidays, but then I suppose some people have kids that may be doing exams at the moment and all, and maybe they haven't gone away yet. And it's still kind of early in the summer, I suppose. So some people might head down there, you know, later on. But yeah, I suppose there was something else I wanted to talk about while we're waiting here, but I won't get into it right now, because I see there's about 8 minutes left. So what'll end up happening is I will get distracted. But what I will say is that if you haven't seen the latest video that we posted a video there a couple of days ago, on the 26th, so about about a week ago there. It's that Roadman live streams police chase, and just after that one I did a live stream, and as I was saying, I'm planning on doing that now. Hopefully when I do some live stream, or when I do some premieres, I'm hoping to go live after, because as I was saying in the last live stream that I did, sometimes you kind of get into a conversation and there's a bit of chat going on at a premiere, and then the video is over and, you know, everyone's gone then. So sometimes it's nice to kind of continue that on. So I will be trying to do that in future, you know, kind of continue on the conversation afterwards. next video that's coming up on the channel will of course be one about that in relation to shoplifting, because I've noticed there's an awful lot of shoplifting going on, even more so. I think it's because the cost of living crisis out there with people is driving it more so. But plus there's probably a demand for like these, I'm not saying everybody that's going into the shop is like that's stealing is like starving, let's say. I'd say some of them are probably going into kind of stealing to order for people, that sort of carry on that goes on. But yeah, like there's an awful lot of clips that I've came across, like and some really audacious ones, because it seems now like the people really don't care. Like some people don't even make an effort to conceal themselves shoplifting. They're doing it blatantly in front of everyone, and when challenged they just continue on. So it's weird the way it's gone. And then of course we've all seen those news reports before of like basically places nearly just letting people steal, when they don't steal over a certain dollar amount or whatever. It's kind of like, where was that? Was that happening in New York, guys? Refresh my memory there. I think it was in New York. There was something like that happening. I remember the police weren't getting involved when it was. Remember there was loads of shoplifting going on. It was like a free for all for a while. I think it was in New York. Now maybe I'm wrong, but I think it was something to do if it wasn't over a certain dollar amount. They weren't treating it as a priority or whatever. Like, but so I'm just refreshing our poll there again, just to keep an eye on it there. So we've about 5 minutes left. 31 votes, and Silas still winning. And I don't want to call it early, like, but it does seem like Silas is the standout one here. So that could be the thing. And then after I cast the vote there, what we'll do is I want to actually have a look at a thing. I've been meaning to bring this up in a stream for a while about a police dog that I came across, and it's quite an interesting story. So I kind of want to get you to kind of get into that a little bit there, and because I keep having it there to discuss in streams, and then between one thing and another. So I just thought, sure, this is about wolves, so we can use that. And then Danny saying Portland, Oregon, and California, probably New York as well. And then Roshan saying shops have gone out of business due to theft. See, that's the thing as well. I suppose it's so hard for businesses at the moment. I suppose with the cost of energy and different stuff, and I suppose the cost of stock and all going up. When people are coming in and stealing it, then I suppose it's it's only adding to the problem. And yeah, like there's places shutting down here still all the time, due to just not being able to cope with the costs, with the overheads. And then he's saying Walmart has closed like 40 stores because of theft. And I've actually seen something there where there were I don't know if they're trialing this in a few stores or they're like rolling it out, but it's to do with those self-scanning checkouts. They have like loads of technology now on them with cameras that they'll alert the staff member to if they think that you're like scanning stuff through wrongly, or if you haven't scanned everything. It's kind of like, I suppose it's like AI or something like that, that's like seeing your hand movements and something like that. There's a couple of news reports on it there I've seen recently. And then I suppose there's some other stores are kind of banning, the way some people would go into the grocery store to be going around with their trolley, but to pre-pack everything into bags, or they might like have a shop, like some lady, like old ladies here, you see them sometimes to be going around the supermarket with their little shopping, like little pull behind cart, and like you can't see into the bag because it's like it's whatever material, it's not see-through, like, so like they're putting their stuff in the bag, like, and then when they get up to the checkout to take everything out and it gets scanned and put it back in or whatever, instead of getting a trolley. But like I think they were trying to put a stop to that in some stores as well because of people stealing. So it is, I suppose it's a few people kind of ruin it for everyone. It's making it harder. And then I have seen there are some stores now that didn't used to do it before. I know it's kind of a thing in the States where I want to say, is a Sam's Club. I know you have to be a member or something to shop there. But isn't it some of those places, maybe even Walmart, they ask you when you're leaving sometimes to see a receipt? And I've seen plenty of those confrontations on YouTube, you know, with those people, like when they get asked for a receipt and there's a whole confrontation over it, and then someone has a meltdown. But yeah, like I see some stores now are even like kind of starting to implement those sort of things that didn't do it before. And when I go into the stores, sometimes now I'm seeing things in security packaging with tags and seals and stuff on them that were never in stuff like that before, like chicken. And then I seen a place, I seen an article only the other day where they were talking about there's some supermarkets, I think it's Sainsbury's in England, that have stopped putting the coffee on the shelves. So they have like a couple of empty jars on it, and then you would bring it up to the checkout and they'd give you a full jar because people were obviously stealing the coffee. Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm dizzy. More shoplifting if it's a low dollar amount, but it's the time that the court's going to take up with dealing with that. It's not, I suppose, everything's so choked up at the moment. You know, maybe they're kind of letting people off with it, or maybe the stores even don't want to pursue it out of the fact that they know it's just going to be, you know, a runaround, trying to get stuff sorted. So we've about another minute there left on this poll. I'm going to refresh it there again. So if you haven't voted, head over. There's a link in the description there for the poll. We have 32 votes at the moment, and Silas with 47% of the vote. So we have about a minute left, so it's 19:39 here. Not the year, the time, even though sometimes our technology at the channel here would seem like it's from 1939 with some of the technical hiccups. But yeah, so it's now 1940, so I'm going to refresh it one more time. So whatever it is on this refresh, we're going to go with. So we've 33 votes, and Kenai has 15% of the vote. Micaiah has 21% of the vote. Silas with a whopping 45%, so that's nearly half, guys. And Dakota with 18%. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head over to the website here, and I've already filled out the little form thing, so I'm just going to fill out. So the name we're going to go with is Silas, as it won the poll there. So we're going to cast our vote, and we're doing it in good time anyway, so we have like 20 minutes left. So so yes, that is now submitted. I'm just going to stop that for 1 second and then just go over here. And so there we are. So we have so we've voted there now, and the name we have picked is Silas. So anyone that voted for Silas in the poll there, that's what we've gone for. And we will see when they announce the name that has been picked. I don't know what way it will work. I don't know if they'll announce it straight away today, or whether they will kind of wait a few days, whether they have to tot up things or whatever. So I will keep an eye on their social medias in the next couple of hours and see do they post anything about it. And obviously I'll let you guys know on the community tab and on social media and stuff. But now what we'll do is I just want to talk about this police dog, right? So I just get the picture up and all there, so just bear with me for 1 second. And thanks very much for the super chat, Danny. And Danny sends Silas, so that's obviously that was your favorite name there. So thanks very much for that. I do appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see what name comes out. And those 4 names were like shortlisted from loads of suggestions. So I can't remember when it was they did, but they were taking submissions, and I think there was I think it was something to do with, I think there was a lot of kids involved. I think they were doing something with schools or something like that to get, you know, like they were putting it out there, you know, to try to get as many suggestions. And I think those were the 4 main names that were shortlisted, so they kind of were putting those up for a vote. So I'm just going to get this. I'm just going to make sure these pages are loaded. Yeah, so I came across a post on Twitter a long time ago. It was like last August, right? And I seen it, and then I kind of looked a bit more into it about this police dog. It's a quite interesting story, and this police dog is a real hero. So I'm going to just pop that up on the screen there now. The actual tweet that I seen in the first place. I'll just get it up there now, guys, and I'm just going to take the banner down because obviously the voting has closed there. So what did I just get my getting that? No, so we're back on track now. So this police dog we're going to take a look at is called Finn. Some of you may have heard of Finn before, and some of you may have not. But we're kind of going to go through this here, and I can get him up on the screen there. So this is the initial. This is the initial tweet that I seen, and so I just seen this and I thought, oh God, you know. So it says this is police dog Finn. He was stabbed last week in the head and in the lung, and still managed to hold the offender until arrested. Way to go, Finn! And I thought, oh, that's crazy, you know. Like, what's the backstory behind that? So I kind of did a little bit of digging about police dog Finn, and I found out that he's quite an interesting dog. So there is a book about Finn. It's written by Dave Wardell, and it's the brave police dog who came back from the brink. And the book is called Fabulous Finn, and it is a top 10 bestseller. So I'll show you the Twitter page for Finn now in a moment. But what we're going to do is we're just going to discuss what actually happened here. So this crazy story, right? So on the 5th of October 2016, Finn's handler, PC Dave Wardell, which is the author of the book, operating with the Bedfordshire, Cambridgeshire and Hertfordshire police dog unit, was called to an incident in Stevenage where there was a search for a male suspect believed to be armed. PC Wardell and Finn located the suspect, who ran off. After a shouted warning, PC Wardell released Finn, and the dog seized the youth's leg as he was attempting to escape over a fence. Falling on the ground together, the suspect stabbed the dog in the chest with a large knife before making a second attack in which he slashed the dog's head and PC Wardell's hand. Despite this, Finn retained his grip on the suspect, enabling PC Wardell to disarm the youth. When other officers arrived, Finn was taken to a veterinary surgeon and then on to a specialist where he received emergency surgery in which part of his lung was removed. PC Wardell later received medical treatment for a hand injury. Fortunately for PC Wardell, this was a superficial injury with no long-lasting effects or injuries to his hand. Finn recovered from the attack and returned to duty 11 weeks later. So that was really in no time when you think about what happened to him. And it says before retiring due to age shortly before his 8th birthday in March 2017. In May 2017, at Stevenage Youth Court, a 16-year-old boy from Lewisham in South London was convicted of assault occasioning bodily harm for the attack on PC Wardell, but can only be convicted of criminal damage for stabbing the dog, which I think is a shame. Really, like, it's not criminal damage. Like, the criminal damage to me is to something that's inanimate. Do you know what I mean? An object or a building or a piece of possession belonging to someone, not a live animal or a person. You know, so like, I wouldn't like to be assaulted somewhere and someone to say, well, we're not doing them for assault, we're just doing them for criminally damaging your face, That's just ridiculous. Like, so, like, yeah, I think in that case, the person should have been done with assaulting an officer or attempted murder of an officer, maybe like that. I know that people say, oh, that's a bit extreme, maybe, but come on now, like, do you know what I mean? Like, if it had been the officer grabbing on him, he probably would have tried to stab the officer. So, the intent was there. Like, his conviction for criminal damage, which was criminal damage of over £5,000, actually gave higher sentencing guidelines for the court when passing sentence to the defendant. He was sentenced to 8 months detention in a young offenders institution. I just don't think that was sufficient in this instance, really, to be honest with you. But okay, let me know what you think in the comments there. Finn's case highlighted the limited legal sanctions available against those who injure animals being used by emergency services. An online petition on the UK Parliament petitions website for a Finn's law attracted more than 127,000 signatures, resulting in the Sentencing Council recommending that in future similar events should be treated as an aggravated offence rather than criminal damage, which is proper order. And I don't know why it wasn't like that before this, but okay. However, Finn for Change Member of Parliament Sir Oliver Heald, with Dave Wardell, which was Finn's handler, and Finn as mascots, took the matter further by proposing a private member's bill, the Animal Welfare Service Animals Bill, which was debated in the House of Commons on the 5th of December 2017. The bill, which was introduced to the House of Commons on the 13th of June 2018, provided for increased protection for service animals by amending Section 4 of the Animal Welfare Act 2006, and also addresses public concerns about attacks on service animals, where a defendant accused of causing unnecessary suffering to an animal could claim they were protecting themselves and are justified in using physical force against the service animal. So that was obviously the argument before, that it was self-defense. It says the bill completed all the parliamentary stages and received royal assent on the 8th of April 2019 as the Animal Welfare Service Animals Act 2019, and came into force in England and Wales in June 2019. In September 2019, Nicola Sturgeon, the First Minister of Scotland, announced that a new animal welfare bill incorporating Finn's law would be part of the new programme of legislation to be introduced into the Scottish Parliament. On the 10th of February 2020, a motion was put forward through the Northern Ireland Assembly to incorporate Finn's law to Northern Ireland under its own animal welfare laws. The motion was passed unanimously and was passed in the Northern Irish Agricultural Minister Edwin Poots. In October 2017, Finn was awarded the International Fund for Animal Welfare Animal of the Year Award in a ceremony at the House of Lords. In May 2018, Finn was awarded the PDSA Gold Medal for life-saving devotion to duty, despite being grievously injured while preventing a violent criminal from evading arrest. At the Charities Music Festival at the Cheltenham Racecourse, which was the first time the award had been presented at a public ceremony. In March 2019, Finn was awarded the Kennel Club's Friends for Life Prize at the annual Crufts Dog Show at the National Exhibition Centre. In spring of 2019, Dave Wardell and Finn participated in the television talent show Britain's Got Talent, and with a mind-reading act which took them to the final and prompted an emotional response from the judges. In May 2020, Finn was named as the ambassador for the charity the Thin Blue Paw Foundation, an organisation to help support retired police dogs once they have left a role as working police dogs. This is primarily aimed at the other 36 territorial and specialist constabularies that don't have their own retired police dog charities, like in Finn's home constabulary of Hertfordshire. So there you go. That's the story of basically of the police dog Finn. I thought it was quite an interesting story, and I wanted to bring it to you guys because I know how you guys like police dogs, and we have a lot of animal lovers here, and it was terrible what happened to Finn, but at the same time, I'm delighted that he came around from it, and at least the law has changed now so that guys won't do this in future and just get a slap on the wrist. Basically, I know the guy done 8 months in the Young Offenders Institute, but when you look at the whole thing now, if the law had been better, then he should have got more time. But and hello, I just want to say hello there. Sorry guys, I just want to say hello to anyone that's just joining us there. I'm going to catch up on the comments in a second, but I see that Mobile Mechanic 1473 is joining us. How are you? I'm good today, and I hope you're doing well. Hello to Society Red, who's also joining us, and I'm just going to scroll back up and see did I miss anybody there, and see what's being said there. Kiwi Dave said you need to try get an interview with the fur missile from the members vid earlier. So yeah, so I posted a members only video there earlier on. I think it was this morning, and there's just a bit of chaos going on in Dublin there in the video. After some guy was getting arrested, so I wasn't sure if the guy was having if he had a warrant for him or whatever. But anyway, it all starts kicking off when people out on the street decide to get involved, and there's this little tiny fire missile comes out of the house trying to give it all large. But of course, you know, there's like, I don't know, what do you want to say? There was like 20 Gardaí there or more on the scene. Like, so, yeah, this poor guy. And it was only a bit of grief, wasn't it, Dave? It was only a bit of grief. But yeah, so, yeah, Roshi just said that was several years ago. Yeah, that was a few years ago, back in 2016 there. But yeah, I just came across that last year, that post on that. See, it's on the screen there from the Happy Dog. Obviously not a happy dog, but Happy Dog shares all these different dog related posts or whatever. But I'm actually going to share the. I'm actually going to share the Finn's Twitter page there, just in case anyone wants to go and have a look at it. So the page is called Fabulous Finn. I'm just going to get it up on the screen there. Yeah, so it's Fabulous Finn, The Inspirational Life of Britain's Bravest Dog, and that book is there as well. So that might be an interesting read. I will try find it myself. I don't know how available it'll be, like in my local library or anything. Or I know they can order in some books and all like that, but that might be one to have a good read of. And of course, that was written by the dog's handler there. And then just that latest post there, which was back in March, that he wasn't feeling too well there. But he's good old age now, but a very brave dog and a hero. So yeah, it's very unfortunate when things like that happen. I hate seeing the cruelty to animals like that, or cruelty to anybody. But you know, when animals can't speak up for themselves, you know, especially when animals are being abused in, like, you know, bad situations. We have that terrible issue here in Ireland with like some of these puppy farms, and there was a big crackdown on it a few years ago. But I fear that sort of thing is starting to creep back in again, because only recently, and it was quite sad, I seen a post. It was like on a local page to here. The Mount Leinster is, I wouldn't say it's exactly close to where I live, but it's not that far away. You drive there in maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, perhaps. But there was a dog box, you know, those like dog cages where you'd bring a dog to the vets in or whatever. There was one of those just left on the side of the road out there at Mount Leinster, and there was like 3 or 4 little puppies in it. Now somebody had obviously just dumped them off because they didn't want them. Maybe somebody said they were probably bred to be sold, and then there was no sales or whatever, like, you know, and they were dumped off. But some passerby, some good Samaritan, thankfully seen the box, went over, checked it, saying that there was some puppies in it, and obviously brought them home, and they're being looked after now. So that worked out well. But in the weather we've been having lately, it's so hot. You leave a number of puppies out like that in the sun in just a box on the side of the road. It's just, you know, like, I don't know what kind of people actually do that. But yeah, pity they can't catch those people that do stuff like that, because it's just, it's disgusting. So I'm gonna start catching up there with the comments again. And Dave, you're right there. Finn did need a new permanent squeaky toy with that dude. Yeah, and Danny's right. No, they should, and I think that should be a thing everywhere. Like, if the dog is working for the police force and it's a service dog, the same with even dogs, you know, for like firefighter, search and rescue dogs and stuff like that. Any dogs like that are working with the emergency services should be protected under protected in the same way as the workers themselves, you know. So and Dizzy said they've changed the laws here in the States to be the same as harm to an officer, which is the way it should be, you know. But yeah, Dave, that is the law now. They've changed the law over there anyway, thankfully. And Brian is saying I consider animal abusers in the same category as child ones as well. So yeah, but that's true. Like the people like that, you know, like all of those people are, whether it be children, animals, or even elderly people. Like, I know elderly people can speak up for themselves, but some of them, you know, when they're being abused and all, they can be that afraid and maybe some of them may have, medical problems where they can't exactly, raise the alarm when stuff is being going on or whatever. But yeah, no, it's terrible to see when people like they kind of. I don't like to use like, talking down terms about it, but people that are more vulnerable are more, like, vulnerable or can't speak for themselves. It's terrible when that's taken advantage of, with people, abusers. Like, hello there to Rob, who's joining us. Rob Rob is luckily on holidays in France at the moment, so I hope you're getting some good weather over there at the moment, Rob. And hopefully you're having a few nice beers and obviously a few nice pastries. Obviously, because when in France, but yeah, Dave, definitely the stocks for public humiliation are human pinatas. Definitely, I like that. You know what I mean? We should have Degenerate Watch Justice here. We'll have our own court where we'll dole out our own justice. Well, I know actually, no, that sounds bad. That sounds like I'm condoning vigilantism here. But you know what I mean? Like if we were deciding the laws, we'd definitely make it bad for the people that are trying to do that to service animals. So yeah. So that was Finn. So yeah, that's all. I wanted to talk about that for a while there. Roshin saying it's just after protest season in France. Lovely time of year to visit. It was a bit quieter over there. But Dave, I'll check out that link just there now. Just one sec there. Just 1 second there. I think what I'll do is, because it's not letting me copy it there. In this, what I'll do is I'll just go on to the stream here. There we are. It's not letting me copy it there. I'm getting a bit of feedback off mine. Sorry about that there. There must be just a slight delay on it there. Yeah, I'm just clicking into that there, Dave, and then I'll be able to. So Dave's after sending a link there just in the comments there. I wasn't able to copy and paste it here so I could get it up in the browser there, but it's from New Zealand Police, and it says, and this is, so it says a stabbed police dog saved with the help of fellow canine. It says a Canterbury police dog has received a life-saving blood transfusion from a fellow canine after being seriously injured last night. Now, this was from 2018, but it just sounds like it's interesting. 4-year-old Cosmo sustained a 4-centimeter cut to the throat, narrowly missing his carotid artery while responding to a family harm incident in, I'm going to butcher this pronunciation now, Dave, but Kaiapoi, around 6:30 p.m. He was flown by helicopter to a Christchurch 24-hour vet where he received a transfusion from a fellow police dog. Cosmo was transferred to a police vet this morning where he is being monitored and may undergo exploratory surgery to check for internal damage. Dog handler Constable Reagan Turner was tracking an alleged offender through rural property when he deployed Cosmo. He said, "I knew when I got to the area and couldn't find him that something had happened. He doesn't run away from me. I knew he was lying somewhere. It was just a matter of getting to him." It took 20 to 25 minutes to eventually locate Cosmo and administer first aid. Cosmo had lost a lot of blood. I thought he was a goner. The cut was to his jugular. He's very lucky to be alive. Cosmo saved me on a few occasions, and I can't thank him enough for what he did last night. It was either him or me, unfortunately. A 29-year-old man from Christchurch was arrested at the scene and is due to appear in Christchurch District Court on various charges. Cosmo and Constable Turner feature in a current season of Dog Squad New Zealand. So yeah, so they're on that TV show. But that's quite interesting. I didn't actually now I might be a bit ignorant in saying this, but I didn't actually consider about blood transfusions with animals. Never thought of that. But yeah, luckily for him, he was able to get a blood transfusion and he survived. But yeah, crazy there. And even the officer saying there it was either him or me. And that's the thing. Like the I know it's bad to say when you say it that way, but you know, maybe the officer, had he been stabbed, he mightn't have fared as well as the, because you don't know what way things are going to happen, you know. So, you know, he could have well saved that officer's life, which the officer said, you know, he has on a few occasions. So, you know, like, you know, but hopefully that guy, I'll see actually if I can, just see, can I see anything there? Yeah, so I just wanted to check up there to see, did we have anything to show here? Sorry guys, I'm a bit I'm gonna get this up on screen. So this is what this is this is the police dog here that Dave sent us in the comment there. I'll just get back over there. So it says, man who stabbed Cosmo, the police dog, sentenced to prison. It says, a man who stabbed a police dog in the neck has been sentenced to 18 months in prison, but that could have been avoided if a mental health report had been actioned, a judge says. Christchurch District Court Judge Jane Farish said because of the underfunding of mental health and drug and alcohol assessments, she had no option but to send Luke Joshua Cooper to prison. Cooper, 29, had mental health issues and was a drug addict, and a report for him was directed by a judge for sentencing at the Christchurch District Court on Tuesday, but it was not actioned, the judge said. It says it would have given her details on his mental insight at the time of the stabbing. She gave Cooper leave to change an 18-month prison sentence to a home detention sentence if he was eligible for a residential treatment program. Cooper was sorry and remorseful for badly wounding the dog, but luckily the dog survived, she said. So there's a picture of Cosmo there recovering. It says Cosmo recovering at the vet clinic after receiving the injuries. So very lucky dog there. On May 31st, 2018, Cooper was at his partner's house in Kayapoi. Did I get that right? Well, I just go back to the comments. Did I get that right, Dave? Oh, that's all right. Yeah, I did get it. That's not too bad. I had to kind of look at it for a second, kind of analyze how it might sound, but you know what I mean? I hate that sometimes I come across somewhere and I'm like, oh no, I have to say this now and I'm going to make a fool of myself, but no, it's not too bad. And just Dave, I remember you mentioning something to me a while ago. It's actually, I have it on a board over there. I have a board in here, but you know, like the videos that I'm going to do or whatever, but it's on the board there. It's for the next Degenerates at Sea that I do. It's you know, you sent me that. I think you sent me a link to an article on it about the MV Rena, which was a ship that had a spill off the coast of New Zealand. So what we're going to do is that's going to be in the next Degenerates at Sea video. And I like to do the Degenerates at Sea video around summertime sometimes as well, like, because I think I did the last one. I was hoping to do more of them, but between one thing and another, so it kind of it ends up nearly being just like an annual thing or something. But kind of doing it the summer, because you do see a lot of people going to the seaside in the summer, and some people do act a bit stupidly, to say the least. And there's an awful lot of, you know, these call outs by the Coast Guard to people getting swept out to sea on these inflatables, and a lot of those inflatables are only designed for, you know, in a pool, and some people take them out into the sea and end up drifting out, and then, you know, need to be rescued. Like there's loads of stuff has happened like that, and kind of like to highlight that coming up the summer. Maybe some people will see it and maybe think again, I don't know, or maybe whatever, you know what I mean. But yeah, that's going to be one that's going to feature on that, and I do hope to eventually get around to covering that disaster, the Costa Concordia, and that the captain on that, that would be a main contender for a Degenerate at Sea, because that was just insane. Like the fact that, you know, the old saying goes, the captain goes down with the ship, but that guy was like one of the first guys pulling to get off it. And then I just thought, like, if it wasn't such a serious thing that happened, you know, and people's lives were in danger, it would actually be comical. You would not write that for a comedy movie, that, you know, the captain decides to showboat. There's another pun, always with the puns, but the captain decides to showboat, and, you know, whatever this salute was, wanted to show off to somebody or whatever, regardless whether it had been done before or whatever. So he decides to do this and then absolutely messes up with epic proportions. You know what I mean? Like, and then just decides to abandon ship, get into one of the lifeboats, and feck off. Do you know what I mean? And when he's gone, like, I think he's back on land or something, and the Coast Guard's like ringing him or calling him or whatever, and they're telling him, like, you get back onto that boat, like, you are responsible. Like, that's the thing. The captain is in charge of the boat. He's responsible for everybody on the boat. The same as the bus driver. You get in on your local bus, that bus driver is responsible for everyone's safety on the bus. Like, it's no use the bus crashing and then him going, sorry guys, you're on your own, I'm fine, and then walking off, you know what I mean, into the sunset. Like, that can't happen, you know. But yeah, Dave saying you got distracted again, didn't you? Yes, I did. It's just, it happens. It just happens. Yeah, Dizzy's just made a good comment there, saying some people say canines are just tools, but not if you ask the owner. Like, some of the owners, like, I've seen some videos, like even on like little news clips over the year, even when I was younger and all, you know, where they'd have police dogs, and the trainer and the dog, like, they have to have such a good relationship, because, you know, literally they're relying on each other and they have to work well together, you know. So yeah, like, it's an extension. Most police dogs, like, they're not getting locked in a kennel in the station at night time and your man's gone home and leaving the dog there overnight with a bowl of water and some kibble. Like, you know, these dogs are coming home, like, they're part of the family, you know what I mean? So, like, and the amount of time and training that's spent, and the officer's time with the dog, you know. And then obviously when you're in situations like that, you're going to have a stronger bond with the dog if the dog has just saved your life. Like, so yeah, they're not just tools, you know. It's just the same with the other dogs. Like, you think about dogs for fire department, search and rescue and stuff like that, and they pull people out of collapsed buildings and all like that, you know. Those dogs, you know, like, they're very special, like, you know what I mean? Like, and yeah, they're not just tools. No, they're definitely, and they all have their own personalities, the same as any other dog, you know. Yeah, they're the handler's partner, and that's it. And to all the officers at the station, like, that dog's out with them on a call, you know, that he's one of the boys, he's one of the officers, you know what I mean? So, you know, so yeah, thanks for that, Dave. That was interesting. That was an interesting article. I'm just seeing what else is saying there. Is there anything extra there? So obviously that guy, so we're saying that guy had mental health issues. Okay, right. So, like, I'd completely, you know, weigh down on him if that wasn't the case, in terms of, you know, I'm thinking, like, if you're of sound mind and body and you're doing that to an animal, like, you know, you're not a good person. Now, the guy said he's sorry and all. Now, whether, you know, people say they're sorry after getting in trouble, like, we don't know if they're genuinely remorseful. But if that guy does have mental issues and other problems going on, then maybe, like the judge was saying, maybe prison isn't the best place for him, but our hands were tied. But, you know, people like that do need to get help, like, and sometimes, you know, the help can be lacking in prison. You know, prison's not a good environment, I suppose, if you're already going through those things, but it's no excuse for what happened exactly, you know what I mean, that there shouldn't be repercussions. But that I suppose slightly different than the article we were looking at about Finn, whereas Finn, that guy knew what he was doing, you know what I mean, and there was no excuse for that. But, you know, hopefully that guy gets the help he needs anyway. And just to add a little bit there, it says he was sentenced to 18 months on the charges of wounding Cosmo, unlawful possession of a knife in a public place, unlawfully being in a yard, failing to attend a stop-and violence program, and unlawfully being in a car, and a breach of the Medicines Act. So maybe he had something on him he shouldn't have had. Maybe it was prescribed. She said at the time of the stabbing, Cooper was in a very distressed state. He had a chaotic, unstable life with drug addictions. So let's just hope he's got away from those vices now. Yeah, so now there was something else here that I had. Just bear with me for 1 second. Just bear with us. Now you're all saying, we're sick of bearing with you. The brain freeze there for a second. Sorry if there's a bit of interference on that microphone. Whenever I bring this, one of my first live streams that I did, I was streaming away and we were a good bit into the stream, and I remember someone mentioning to me, there's a lot of interference and all or whatever. Like there was this, I didn't know, and I was trying this, that, and the other and all, and whatever. And I think people just gave up out of being nice, saying it to me, And then when I was listening back, I was like, that is woeful. What is causing that? Sure, it was the phone. I had the mobile phone sitting right under the microphone the whole time. I think somebody mentioned that to me then, thanks to whoever that was, said that in the comments, saying, like you want to take that phone away from the microphone. That's what's causing that. So yeah, I'm just so another story I seen there the other day. Not much information on it here at the moment. Well, in this article that I was looking at, did anyone see that story out of Mexico? It says dozens of bags containing human remains found in Mexico. Authorities in western Mexico have told families of 8 missing youths that among the human remains found in dozens of bags in a gorge on the outskirts of Guadalajara were some that preliminarily appeared to be matching the characteristics of some of the missing young people. So very sad and unfortunate there. And obviously that seems to me that it could be something to do with cartels or maybe like people traffickers or something like that. But yeah, not good at all there, and a pretty gruesome find there for authorities. So that's in Mexico. I just came across that there. That was yesterday actually. That was in the news. Just looking through. Dave might be interested in this one. Air New Zealand is introducing edible coffee cups. Yeah, when I seen it, I was like, what? Edible coffee cups. So now there's zero waste, I suppose. So let's have a look at this there for a second, guys. Yeah, we get this up on the screen there. We just have a look at this. I can show you what it looks like. I see what site that was. Actually, I had that on. Actually on an Irish site. It was on News Talk. Oh no, actually it wasn't. I don't know if that's our Irish News Talk or it's no, it's not. There's a website here, News Talk, but I think this is a News Talk from New Zealand. Dave will probably be able to tell me. Now, a lot of clicking going on here. Where are we? Like an old man here trying to. I'm still so slow moving around here. It says Air New Zealand introduces edible coffee cups. New Zealand's national carrier is introducing coffee cups you can eat. Air New Zealand said that they're trialing an edible biscotti coffee cup. So I thought it was going to be made out of some sort of those fake money you can get that you can eat, like eating paper, rice paper, or whatever it's made of. Those fake dollar bills and all you can buy. The money, like I thought it was going to be something like that, a really thick version of that, but no, it's biscotti. So okay, that's okay. It says the cups are vanilla flavored and can withstand the heat of a coffee without melting. Well, I certainly hope they can. You know what I mean? Because that's their main function. To not melt with the coffee in it, because you don't want a coffee all over your hand. Like, so the cup is handmade in New Zealand in small batches. Now, that's where I seen the first flaw in this: handmade, small batches. In order to make this a viable thing. Now I know it's only a trial, but to me, it seems on the surface a good idea. Possibly a good idea for like outdoor events. So let's say you have your concerts and stuff like that. Stuff like that would be pretty good, because even if people throw it on the ground and discard it, make it out of something that if the birds eat it, it's still good for the birds. You know what I mean? So if they get discarded, and it biodegrades anyway, so it's a win-win there. So like it is a good idea, but handmade in small batches, that's not good for scalability. But obviously, if a trial goes well, obviously they're most likely going to look into that. But we'll hope. So the Twice company, that's twice with two eyes, because it's edgier, so it's clever. But anyway, the Twice company, which manufactures the cups, says it only uses real ingredients free from additives and preservatives, which is good. The Twice cup is leak proof and will stay crisp at least as long as it takes to drink your coffee, and longer, it adds. So we don't have an exact time frame on crispage, how long it stays crisp for, but I'm sure it's adequate, being crispy enough. Like, this is back in 2017, Air New Zealand introduced a program to recycle paper coffee cups used on board its domestic services. That was set to divert 60 tons of cups from landfill every year. So that's good. So Air New Zealand, as much as people would take aim at the airline industry for being a big polluter, which of course, that's a fact, like, but at least they're taking steps in other ways as well, some of these airlines, to increase their sustainability, I suppose. And that obviously, let's not lie here, it's obviously somehow saving the airline money somewhere, I presume. Now, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's not costing them as much to dump all of this paper. Maybe, I don't know. I presume a cup, an edible cup, is probably more expensive than a paper cup. But see, these are the barriers to everything. You see, here's the thing. Recently, like here in the EU, they've been banning all like plastic cutlery and plastic straws and stuff. Which, yeah, I understand. Good point. But it's the functionality of these things. Like when you go somewhere and they give you a paper straw, depending on the type of straw, some of them are stronger than others. Some of them are made differently. So some of them work perfect. Others, after you leave your drink for like 5 minutes, the straw's gone all soggy and it's nearly impossible to drink it with the straw. Like, so, maybe some places like that, if you're dining in, could actually like go for like, some sort of reusable straw, like that's metal or something like that they could clean. I don't know, but of course there's cost involved in that. But anyway, in relation to their 60 tons of cups that they were diverting from landfill, they were saying that previously there had not been access to a recycling plant available to process the scale that the airline wanted. However, a facility has opened in Auckland, and the airline is also known for making headlines with its eye-catching safety videos, apparently. The latest of which was used during the Rugby World Cup in Japan. So, yeah, so those are the cups there. They don't look too bad. Like, yeah, okay, they kind of look a bit crude looking or whatever. Like, they actually remind me, do you know what they remind me of? They remind me of the outside of a pedigree marquee. I don't know if you guys know what that is. I'm sure Roisin probably will. I don't know if they're sold as marquees in other countries, but I'll show you. It reminds me of what a marquee looks like. It's like a dog treat. It's like the outer layer of the marquees. I get some marquees up here, and I'll show you. Oh, I'm Dizzy saying I have to run there. Nice to see you, and thanks for joining us. Sorry, I just missed your comment there. I was distracted, but thanks for joining us. It's good to see you. So now, yeah. So like, yeah, those cups remind me of these. I was trying to hit me with cookies. Yeah, they look like the outside of a marquee, I think. Oh yeah, sorry. that didn't work for me there. It's gonna work now this time though, I promise. Yeah, so those cups remind me of these. The outside of these. Marquees. Pedigree marquees. Nice to see you, Brian. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you have a nice day. And stay safe and take care. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They look like those marquees there, those cups. So but yeah, great idea. So hopefully that kind of takes off because but hopefully they don't increase the price of the coffees because it can be quite expensive as it is anyway. But yeah, it's quite warm here actually this evening. The room I'm in at the moment is facing southwest. So I have the sun on this room all evening. So like I have these blinds pulled, like they're white blinds, so they kind of reflect the light back away from the back out the window. But nah, it's just too warm here. And I suppose could have the window open, but people were out with lawnmowers earlier on, so I wasn't gonna chance that somebody wasn't gonna start something up out there. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try look at something now in a second there, some clips, and I'm gonna check as well while we're looking at some clips. I'm gonna check back, see has the Wolf Conservation Centre posted anything, about the poll there. I'll actually do that now. While we're here, people going to join the stream now and wonder why there's pedigree marquees up on the screen, but that's just how things happen here. So Wolf Conservation. Yeah, we see if they posted anything about. So and then as well, I do encourage you to go over to the Wolf Conservation Centre, check out their website. That's down in the website. That's down in the description. It's www.nywolf.org, and over there they will have some webcams. We'll actually take a little trip over there now in a second, and then we'll have a look at a couple of clips. Yeah, well, we get these marquees off the screen here. Yeah, marrow bones. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're called them marquees. That's their little brand name or whatever pedigree have on them over here. Just have some weird names. The rodeos. That's not too bad of a name, but these other like strips, meaty strips, they're called schmackos. So you know what I mean? I don't know. Schmackos. I think that sounds like money. It's gonna cost you a few schmackos. Not dog treats. But maybe that's what it was. Dogs begging. But yeah. So yeah, they haven't posted anything about it yet. So so when I do find something, I will definitely tell you guys. But yeah, definitely check out the Wolf Conservation Centre website and even follow them on Twitter and you will see some they post a lot of updates, regular updates about stuff that's going on at the centre, and then some other stuff, some other good causes to get behind too. At the moment they are so at the moment they're looking for it says, please use your voice for wolves and vote for the Wolf Conservation Centre as one of the top 20 places to take kids in New York's Westchester County. So yeah, and as I said before, they have a lot of programs running at the Wolf Conservation Centre where they have a lot of events going on and the kind of workshops as well. So their main aim at the Wolf Conservation Centre is to educate the public about wolves in order to preserve wolves and kind of further wolf conservation. And that's the whole point of the 3 ambassador wolves at the centre. Of course, our adopted ambassador wolf is Alawa, and the other ambassador wolf that's there at the moment is Nakai. And then we were voting for this new ambassador wolf, which is Little Pup. So yeah, so that's quite good, quite exciting times at the Wolf Conservation Centre. And as I said, we'll be renewing our adoption there in the coming weeks. So I'm gonna go onto the webcams and we'll see is there anything popping off over there at the moment. So we're going to have a look at the Ambassador Wolves webcam, which is Alawa and Nikai. Of course, Alawa is our adopted wolf, as I said there. And yeah, I'll get this up here and I'll share it there and we see is there anything going on over there. So that live stream is currently unavailable at the moment. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try another webcam. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what's going on there at the moment. So we check in on some other wolves here while we're over here. So hopefully the webcams are doing good here on this one. We'll just pop this one up, and then there's nothing going on in this one at the moment, but I will find one there, guys. So don't worry. With something going on. Wait 1 second there. I hope everyone's doing well out there. And thanks for joining me. And I know people are probably sick of me saying this, but I do have that other stream coming up, and I'm annoying myself by not getting it done. So I do apologize for that. But hopefully now going forward, now we should see more live streams here. It's a good way of we don't really know where we're going to end up when we do a live stream, because we could start off talking about one thing and then we end up on something else. So now we have a bit of action over here now. So we are looking at Mexican Grey Wolf Valencia. We'll have a look at her there. So there we go. That's live now for the Wolf Conservation Center. That is Mexican Grey Wolf Valencia, and there she is. She's just enjoying herself there. Unfortunately, I couldn't get our adopted wolf's webcam up at the moment. It's actually down at the moment. I don't know what's going on there, but of course, you can go over there anytime you want as well and check that out. Links in the description to the website. Dave said dogs go wacko or smackos. I think that's the whole point. There's another thing as well. There's these treats you can buy over here. I don't know if you can get them everywhere, because I know some things are sold as different brand names in different countries and all, but they're called Dreamies. They're little cat treats, little pillows. They're like little pillow things for cats, little cat treats. And I swear they are crack for cats. Definitely crack for cats, because like cats go crazy for these. You just rattle the tub and the cats are there like fiends. So you know what I mean? And Dave saying, I object to the bamboo spear spoon the KFC give us here. Yes, so see, like some of these utensils that they're giving out now in places, like these wooden ones and stuff like that, they're not very they weren't designed, with the task that they're supposed to do, in mind. Like I've seen some pretty ropey forks and stuff like that you're like, what are you eating with that? Like you can only really eat rice with that, because if you put any sort of weight or pressure on it, it's gonna snap, and then I'm gonna be picking pieces of plastic fragments out of my meal, like, you know what I mean? But yeah. Yeah, and Russian saying I'm grand. That's the default Irish state of being, is being grand. You know what I mean? If you're being grand, you're not completely fantastic altogether, but you're not down in the dumps. You're grand. Like you're just, everything's good. You know what I mean? No stress with being grand. And grand can also be an answer for if someone says, would you like a cup of tea? You say, nah, I'm grand. And then sometimes people will say to you, I didn't ask you if you were grand. I asked you, did you want a cup of tea? To which it gets awkward. You know what I mean? But yeah, so so I'm all over it. Oh, there's Valencia's getting a bit of a stretch there. most likely she's going to make an exit now, I'd say. I was just saying, grand is anything from near death to winning the lottery. That's it. Grand is a whole cornucopia of being, I suppose. Grand is a state of mind that way. But yeah, so I want to try get some of these clips there as well. So just bear with me for a second. I'll hopefully Valencia will stay on screen there for a second while I do this. We are hoping. Now, trying to find the things now, but I've located some of them. So yeah, so I'm going to take a look at a few little clips here. So this first one, this kind of goes well with that video I posted the other day with that guy live streaming the police chase. So this is some lady. She had been pulled over by the police, and this is only a short clip now, but she had been pulled over by the police, and she's live streaming it. But you know, it's not going to go well for her. So we're going to have a look at this clip now in just 1 second there. So we'll just take a look at this clip. I'll just pop it up there. We say bye to Valencia there for a moment. And I don't know if anybody can hear that in the background, but my dog is barking down there. So it's obviously either another dog in the area just outside. He's trying to warn off, or somebody is nearby the door or something. But let me get this clip up here. Yeah, he's stopping. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's either that or it's the birds are annoying him outside the window. So yeah, let's take a look at this clip. Yeah, so this lady's been pulled over by the police, and she's live streaming it, of course.
Jail.
Hello, ma'am. Hey, your driver's license is suspended and you have warrants out of Fayetteville. I need you to step out of the car, okay?
I ain't got no warrants.
You need to step out of the car.
I'm about to get low. Oh, shit!
I think it was near the mic, Dave.
Was that necessary?
Get out the car.
Was that necessary? Y'all saw that? Was that necessary?
Get out the car.
Was that necessary,
Get
Mr.
out the car
Sir?
now.
Y'all saw that, right? Y'all saw that, right? And I'm not resisting. So there's that.
So there is that lady. That's a great way to end it. So there's that. There is that. I can't believe that when he said you have warrants, and she was like, I don't have warrants. So just said it like, you know, you couldn't be right, officer. You know what I mean? Hey, Joe. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well this evening. But yeah, that lady is I don't know what the story is there. I don't know. I'll play the clip again there if you guys want. I don't know if Joe missed that. And yes, Dave, the phone was near the mic again. I had it in my hand there a second ago, and I left it back down. It's a default muscle memory to leave it down in that spot. So yeah, it ended up under the mic again. So my apologies there. Yeah, the dog does think he's a big fierce Rottweiler, even though he's just a little tiny Yorkshire Terrier. But he likes to give it all that, like, you know. But yeah, and Dave said they're called temptations here, and my cat will take her hand off if you get in the way. This is, yeah, they're called dreamies here, temptations over there. They should be just called cat crack. You know what I mean? Because once you give your cat the first dreamy or temptation, that you got an addict there, you know. So yeah, I'm just gonna play that clip again. I don't know if Joe had joined us in time there, but I'm just gonna play the clip again because it is quite funny. The fact I just like the way she ends it at the end, saying, "Well, there's that."
Jail.
Hello, ma'am. Hey, your driver's license is suspended and you have warrants out of Fayetteville. I need you to step out of the car, okay?
I ain't got no warrants.
You need to step out of the car.
I'm about to get low. Oh, shit!
Get out the car.
Was that necessary?
Get out the car.
Was that necessary? Y'all saw that? Was that necessary?
Get out the car.
Was that necessary,
Get
Mr.
out the car
Sir?
now.
Y'all saw that, right? Y'all saw that, right? And I'm not resisting. So there's that.
There is that. I have to say, that is so stupid. I love when people, I suppose, video their own stupidity, but live stream it's better. Like, 'cause, you know, it was unedited. But yeah, ridiculous. And then the fact that, you know, you're gonna try drive off. What did you expect to say? Was that necessary? Yes, it was completely necessary. We could have shot you, like, you know, because we thought you were trying to run us over. But, you know, we decided to break the window and take you out of the car so you can't cause any damage, you know. So, like, they're not really concerned about our window. They don't really care. But yeah, you can even see there at the end, like, just see on that freeze frame there's even some people sending laughing emojis, like, you know, so the people weren't really, like, supporters, you know. They were just people there to laugh at her demise. But yeah, like Dave Jones, good to see you, Dave. Thanks for joining us. Like Dave said, she should have paid that parking ticket. And Joe saying, yes, ma'am, we saw it. We did see it, and it was funny. Yeah, see, that's the thing as well. I do not get that. She's more concerned about the live stream, right? And wait there, I have this other clip, and I really do hope I have it on this. I should have it on this. If I don't have it on this, I will get it, because it's a perfect clip for it. Yeah, I don't have it here, but I'm going to get it there. Just bear with me for 1 second. I'm pretty sure. I'm just going to check if I have it. Just give me 1 second there. And if I don't have it here, what I'll do is I'm going to just give us a minute or two, and I will send it to the computer, because I'm pretty sure it's on my phone. I'm just double checking here that it's not hiding in this drive here on me. And of course it's not, because that will be the simple solution. So just bear with me 1 second till I get this clip and I send it to the computer. I might as well take this opportunity to say that if you haven't already hit that like button, do hit the like button. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, so you don't miss out on any new videos here or when we go live. That's if, you know, YouTube plays ball and sends you the notification, because we all know how that goes sometimes. So I should have this here on my download somewhere, because this is another it's just, sorry, I know what I'm thinking in my own head, and I think everybody else can read my mind. But what I'm addressing this is in relation to Roisin's comment there. She said she is more concerned about her live, right? And I find this all the time when these people are live streaming. They don't care what's going on. Like, there's real life stuff going on, like you're being arrested, or, you know, there's mad stuff going on, but you're more concerned about the clout or whatever. And like, I find that bizarre, you know, like, you just deal with your stuff, like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, so just don't mind me for 1 second. Because this is another one of those bizarre clips. Oh yeah, there it is. So just bear with me while I send it. Yeah, Roshan saying self-absorbed narcissist, but that's true. Like she doesn't care, and she's more like, oh, do you all see that? Do you all see it? As if the people that are watching the stream are like care whether she's going to jail or not. Well, they do care, like, because they want to laugh at it. Like, but I'm saying, like, they don't care. Like, do you see this? They don't care that your window got busted out or any of that. You know what I mean? They're just watching the stream because there's chaos going on. You know what I mean? That's it. So, you know, I just don't understand that. But yeah, I'm sending this clip over. And once it's sent over, I can get it up on the screen. I really actually thought that I had this clip. I really thought I had that clip already there. So let me just send it. And thanks very much, Joe, for the $10 super chat. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much, Joe. And everything going into the fund at the moment, anything like super chats and stuff like that will go towards our wolf adoptions coming up in the middle of the month. So yeah, we'll have that. We're going to be doing Dublin Zoo. Our wolf adoption. That's where we've done our first wolf adoption, and then of course we're going to have the wolf adoption at the Wolf Conservation Centre. So yeah, there'll be plenty always happening on the channel in June. It's a busy month. It's also the channel's birthday on the 14th of June. So yeah, just about 2 weeks away or so. So yeah. Now I finally got this video sorted here, people, and yeah, then we should be okay. I hope. Yeah, now this is stupidity. So this guy, sorry it took so long to get that sorted, guys. So this guy live streaming, getting pulled over by the cops, and he decides to do the same thing as that lady. Doesn't end well for him. So let's have a look at this. And it's just so, this is satisfying. Thankfully nobody got hurt, but it's satisfying, the fact that, you know, it's just satisfying. So we'll have a look at this. So of course this is coming to us courtesy of Rap House TV. Don't know what that is, but okay, they are front and center there. So you know that's where the video came from. So props to Rap House TV. Yeah, and let's have a look at this. So yeah, volume's good.
Why are you pulling me for? For what? Y'all tripping, bro.
It's ridiculous speeds in a residential area, like. Nearly lost it there, he did.
I don't have a gun.
They're not playing with him.
Y'all see this shit?
Like,
Fucking put your hands up.
There-
I don't-
Shot.
Shot for what?
Put your hands up.
I don't have a gun.
here.
I don't have a
Put your
weapon.
hands up. Dude,
Forget about your live stream.
I'm gonna set the dog on
Forget
you.
about it.
I promise you. Mr. Fikes, you have a warrant.
I know.
You run.
I know.
Keep your fucking hands up.
All right, bro.
Dude, keep your hands up.
My hands is up, bro.
Don't look back at us. Relax.
Hey, y'all. I love y'all, man.
Like,
love y'all.
he was planning.
Turn my live off.
Put your
Come on, like, please. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous. Like, why is he more concerned with the live stream? So I thanks Roisin for making that comment there, because I've been waiting to use that clip. You just reminded me of it. And like, that's what I'm saying. Like they're aiming guns at him. Like, they're asking him to get out of the car. They're saying, "We believe you have a weapon," and he's like, "Will I turn my live off?" How about forget about it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm live right now, if the police burst into the door, hopefully they don't. It's getting swatted here. If the police burst into the door now, like, and the Gardaí burst into the door now, like, I'm not gonna be like, "You guys see this? Well, like, oh, well, I get this webcam on. You guys see this? Do you guys see this?" You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No, I'm live here. Can you not call back at a later date? Can I not call down to the station at another time? And just want to shout out Dave there. Thanks very much for the 10 New Zealand dollars, Dave. And that obviously is going into the fund as well. So thanks very much for that, Dave. It's very much appreciated. And every little bit helps. And I'm not trying to rip off Tesco's phraseology there, because that's their catchphrase or whatever. I'm not trying to rip Tesco off there before the lawsuits come. Roisin saying they told him, "We will shoot you." Okay, but make it superficial for my audience. That's what it's like. It's like, hold up there, just have to pause the live, and he's like consulting with the police and all, you know what I mean? You know, just graze me there, just graze, you know. And then he can, you know, like, there's so much content that can come from being shot by the police in that situation. You know, you have the like on-scene thing. Then of course you'll have like in hospital recovering, you know, the whole sympathy part of it. He can garner sympathy. Oh, look, they got me in a hospital, you know. I'm lucky to be alive here and all, you know, even though you were acting stupid, you know. But of course there'll be some hollow shell followers there or whatever, and they'll be like, "Yeah, man, you're right. You're totally right. They shouldn't have done you like that. Can't wait for the lawsuit." And then of course he's gonna come out then, and then we'll get that out of it, the lawsuit and all this, you know. So I'm not trying to like make light of people being shot by the police, but like, come on, in that situation there, like what like if that had happened in that situation, he was warned multiple times. He drove off from the police, and then when they're like, "You have a warrant," he's like, I know, you know, people just do not care. It's all about the clout in those situations, you know. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I just don't understand that. Really don't understand that. But yeah, people are crazy. But yeah, like, what I found funny about that was the fact that thought he was getting away, and then he just ended up totaling his car. Like, I presume it was his own car, because they weren't saying like the vehicle's stolen or anything like that. It was literally he had a warrant. And the fact that he said he knew that he had a warrant, but the fact that he said, "Why are you pulling me over for?" Like, you know, come on. But yeah, I thought he was going to lose it before then. But luckily there was no like kids or anything out playing there, and he's like pulling stunts like that. But yeah. Yeah, Roisin saying, "I want drama, but not an A&E visit." You know, yeah, bit of drama here and there, but like not getting shut up on live stream or whatever. Even the fact that he was sitting there and he was saying to everybody, "I love you guys," you know, like he was gonna, like he was about to be taken out. Like, how about you just comply and everything will be fine? You know, I just don't get that. But it's all about playing the victim in that situation. So, you know, what can you do? Yeah, but that's just madness. Like, I'm trying to see now. I might have had Hello to Night Fairy, who's joining us from Georgia in the United States. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. And Kiwi Dave said, but he was going to solve cancer as he was training to be a doctor. Yeah, that's I hate those sob stories, you know, like like he was on a bad path and he was, you know, in with these people and you know he's turned his life around. They've always turned their life around until they're up in court the next time. You know what I mean? And the judge should say to them in those situations, what happened to turn your life around? You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what does happen. Like they do, you know. Yeah, crazy. Like, or those people, you know, those people that are really entitled and they're like, do you know who my father is? Or, you know, I'm gonna have your job, you know, all of this nonsense. Like, but yeah, just it's crazy. So another clip I have here is just so I suppose kind of have a theme here, I suppose, of criminal fails, I suppose, would we say? since that was a fail anyway. I have another one here. Burglar gets stuck in showroom. I have it titled as, I think I remember this one. I found this a couple of weeks ago. We'll just have a look at this little clip. Yeah, he was saving a puppy, or he was just bringing groceries to a poor unfortunate old lady that needed her shopping done. You know, that's why he was speeding away, because that's exactly why he was speeding away, because the lady's butter was starting to spoil in the trunk. So like, you know, what could he do? Like, he wasn't going to let it melt all over, you know, his I don't know, his velour trunk, you know, his sound system, you know, he couldn't have that, and he couldn't have the lady's butter going sour, you know what I mean? Come on now. Is there a need for it? But and Dave saying we were puppy saving earlier. He was feeding the pensioners. I don't think the first comment, I think if he was doing that, he should have been locked up anyway. If he was feeling the pensioners. You know, feeling their pockets probably to see what loot they had to shake them down. But yeah, they're always so innocent and wholesome, you know. Or the same with the young lads when they get caught, and the mammies will always say, "Oh, couldn't have been my son. My son wouldn't do that. My Johnny's a little angel." You know what I mean? He is. You know what I mean? Yeah, Rosie's like, that was the warrant. Yeah, feeling pensioners. He went from feeling pensioners to feeding pensioners. You know, he's turned it around, Judge. He clearly has turned it around. You know what I mean? He's went from one thing to the other. But yeah, we're gonna have a little look at this burglar here. Computer was saying no there for a second. That's not the answer we're looking for. Yeah, so let's take a little look at this clip. Get it up there. There we go. Let's have a look at this.
Twelve. Who's calling this in?
You, right here.
Him?
Yeah.
What is it? He broke inside?
Gotta get him. He's trying to run.
He broke inside?
Yeah. He must come to the gate or something. He's trying to steal the car.
Currently,
That guy's trying to run.
Just let me know there. Is that video too loud, or is the volume okay? Because I could turn it down a little bit if it's too loud. Just seems a little loud, but I don't know. I was just saying, once little Johnny is out, Mammy takes out the wooden spoon. Takes out the wooden spoon. Yeah, wouldn't give Johnny a few whacks of it. But I suppose if she did do that, she'd probably be getting locked up. You know what I mean? Oh no, that's all right. That's good. I wasn't sure. It just sounded very loud to me there for a second.
Apparently the caller knows
It's even grand.
Hey, get back over here.
Grand sound.
John.
Got a black male, black hoodie. Hey, get your down. Get on the get on the ground. Get on the ground. Hey, get on the ground.
I was hiding, sir. All I was doing was hiding.
Put your hand behind your back.
I was white guy, sir. All I was doing was hiding, sir. You all can leave, sir. I'm getting birds on, sir. I was hiding, sir. That's all I was doing was hiding, sir. So I'm gonna take it out for you, sir. I was doing hiding, sir. I was hiding, I was cold. I was hiding, man. Then they came, I was trying to see what's going on, bro. I'm trying to make sure I was straight. That's why I pulled out, bro.
Just hold up there for a minute, you know. Yeah, he's clearly annoyed, Roger, and he's really annoyed at the fact that he's being caught. He thought he was going to get away there, but you know, the fact that he keeps saying, I was just hiding, it was cold, I was just trying to get in out of the cold, you know. Why are you trying to run away then if you're completely innocent? And the fact that he was in possession of 2 company credit cards and keys to a vehicle he was attempting to steal. Oh, that's slightly a different story to what he's telling the officers.
See, I was straight. That's why I pulled out, bro. So that's mine, sir. I was, sir. And y'all hate doing that shit. I was hiding, sir.
Hey, I told you stop.
Stop reaching.
All I was doing was hiding, sir. I was going cold. I went to sleep in the car, sir.
Get that hood down.
I heard about.
Now here we go again. I'm sorry. And right now, Shenardos, Robbie, Shenardos, yeah, Shenardos. But like I've told you before, we've had some crazy names, okay, before. But a lot of these people that are getting busted have these really like Shenardos. That sounds to me like another butler name, like you know. Like some guy that's like the manager of the golf club or something. Oh, meet our manager Shenardos, you know, or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Why are they always creeping around? Like, you know what I mean? Like, surely, like, I'm not trying to. Here we go. We're gonna have another one. We're not trying to name shame here or nothing like that. You know, this just shaming of everything. You can't criticize. Criticizing is shaming, apparently now. But yeah, I find that mad, like, you know what I mean? He seems so well to do. Like if someone was saying, oh yeah, my friend Shenardos Roby, I'd be thinking, Shenardos, he must be rich. Shenardos must be well off. You know, that's what it sounds to me like. Do you know what I mean? So like, it never fits. You know, if his name was like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a name like Rex Roby. That sounds a bit edgier, like, Rex Roby, Rico Roby. You know what I mean? Sounds a bit more like, that guy could be into heavy stuff there, But hey, getting the free silver bracelets. And that's right, those items were clearly planted by that other officer there. Like, it's a setup. Like, the police actually brought him in there and then turned on the body cams and was like, hey, you're trespassing. Completely innocent. Free this man. But no, it's just, even the face there, he's just like, what? I've been caught. I don't know. Unfortunate for him. But yeah, that was Shenardos. Bad man. Sneaking around dealerships. I mean, we all know from that other video that we covered a while ago, sneaking around dealerships at nighttime, trying to get keys and all, does not end well. Luckily for this guy, he didn't get into cars and try to drive away, because that guy in that other video that we covered, well, it didn't end well for that guy. Move on to our next clip. Which clip will we pick? This one here is quite. I think I was talking about this one before. I don't know if I've shown this clip before. Apologies if I have shown it. It's still in the folder, so maybe I didn't remove it. But this is a clip. It's a deputy hit by passing car. Now, luckily, the deputy wasn't injured, but this is really poor concentration by the driver of this car, and definitely needs to be not on the road. So this is the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department. And this was on the 4th of the 5th, 2022. So just over a year ago. So my apologies, as I said, if I have played this clip before in a previous live stream. I can't remember if I have, but we'll take a look at it anyway. So this is deputy hit by passing car. Yeah, Florida man. Always a Florida man. I think Florida woman, though, in this case, I think. Yeah, I don't know how badly you have to be concentrating to hit something like that. Blue lights on and everything and not notice. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That doesn't really cut it. Like, I know you didn't actually like hit the officer. Like, he definitely clipped his patrol car, but like you skint at that officer going by him. Like, you know what I mean? That it's not really sorry. It's like you were not concentrating. You know, something's not right. You heard something. Oh my god, guys. I went into that without sorry. What an amateur moment there. What an amateur moment. Yeah, I was enjoying it myself. I was like, oh no, you guys don't need to see it. I'm just gonna analyze this one and you can just imagine it. Yeah, sorry, sorry about that. Oh, absolutely ridiculous. And it's just that it's only that I came back and I looked at the comments and I was like, what? Sorry. We'll try again. What a blunder. That's what I said. Like, you know, I knew this was gonna happen eventually. Didn't even add it to the stream. You know, yeah, Egypt, total Egypt here. Yeah, so here's the clip, guys. You know what I mean? At least now you can see how accurate your visualization was of what was actually happening.
I just had a white Mercedes hit my vehicle southbound on Delmabry.
Dave. Dave didn't want to be the one to point it out because Dave's like, I can't be ripping on him all the time. You know what I mean? So Dave was like, who wants to point it out? I'm not saying anything. I know, Joe, you had me going there for a second. I was like, what?
I'm sorry. Step out. You realize you hit my truck, right?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You hit it and then you kept going.
I didn't know I hit it.
You didn't hear that loud boom.
Honestly.
Yeah, it stopped. I'm 10-5. You almost hit me. I was standing right in the road and you almost hit me. You're this close to hitting me. Really?
Hit a
You
rock.
didn't see me standing right in the road. You didn't see me standing right in the road.
clunk
Yeah,
was
you
in your
almost hit me.
brain
I'm
from
standing
your
with my
brain
door
falling
open,
out.
and I'm up against my car. No, don't touch me. I'm up against my car,
I understand.
and you almost hit me, and then you hit my truck, and then you keep going, and then I'm behind you with my lights on, and you continue to go. You see cop lights. Why would you ride in the same lane that I'm in? You didn't think to move over? I'm literally blocking the lane.
Don't put our deputies or any of the first responders at risk. When you see flashing lights, change lanes. If you can't safely move over, then slow down and proceed with caution. Do your part. It's a move that could save a life.
You know, and isn't it incredibly poor form that they actually have to tell people that when you see emergency vehicles doing something on the side of the road, give them room. You know, that should be just common sense. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, and Roshan's right. It was a Mercedes. Explains everything. Totally explains everything. It does actually reminded me of that clip. I don't know if any of you guys know the Viper. He was in the Hardy books, like the Francis Higgins. He streams live streams a lot on YouTube, but he had a good skit on his channel about Mercedes, and it was like, you know, those ads that come on the TV or the radio. It's mostly the radio. You know, it's almost 6 o'clock. Time to check out the new Mercedes at your Mercedes dealership. You know, and he has a whole ad about that, about like he's doing this skit ad where this guy has got that into his brain, and he's like freaking out, like, because like he has to go check out the Mercedes dealership, like, and it's hilarious, like, but yeah, but yeah, that explains it all. But yeah, no, I'm not drinking on the job again, Dave. No, that's not what happened there. It was the technology, you know, like, as I say, a bad workman blames his tools, and I have no shame in blaming the tools here, whatsoever. But yeah, that was crazy. But like, yeah, to have to tell people like to move out of the way of emergency vehicles like that, and when you see something going on the side of the road like that, is absolutely ridiculous. Like, should be common sense. And for that lady was just an excuse. And as I said there in the video, the clunk she heard was probably her brain falling out, you know, or her common sense leaving her body. But I don't know. That was ridiculous. But yeah, it could have ended really badly for that officer there. Computer is banjexed. Yeah, banjexed. That's what it is. Nothing to do with me. I'm banjexed. I think that's what's happening. But yeah. Now it was something I had there. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to end the stream in a couple of minutes, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to hopefully get back either later on or tomorrow and sort out that other stream, as I keep saying. But there's a clip that I've had there. We were talking about this ages ago. It's actually a Father Ted clip, and I wanted to play it at the end of the stream because I don't know how good these things are. I know if you're playing like copyrighted music or something like that, it can take your stream down in the middle of it. It might just stop it, you know, if something. I think that can happen. Not 100% sure, but I always thought like this clip might get copyright claimed or something, so that's why it's been made a little bit smaller, guys. So this is a little Father Ted clip, and I found this. I have a lot of favorite Father Ted clips, and this is up there as one of them, obviously. But I don't know what we were talking about one night, and it just gave me this idea to get this clip. I think I actually mentioned it that night, but we were in a live stream. We were just talking about it. Roisin will know what I'm on about when I said it's the big pile of boxes in the middle of the road clip. So yeah, so this will be a good one to kind of finish up the stream on. Dave said common sense has been bred out of Florida unisex. It's not just Florida men now. They're totally inclusive there. The women are now starting this nonsense. I love my brick. Actually, that episode was on the TV the other night. The one where You know the one where the picture of the bishop is appearing on the wall, but it's only like a crude watercolor painting of a man in a bishop's hat, and he comes around to the place, and I just thought that was funny when the priest that's with him is like the most sarcastic priest in Ireland, and when the Father Jack apologizing to him to the bishop is so funny and all, but yeah, this is the clip with the milk float, right? And it's the boxes in the middle of the road. So I'm gonna play this clip. So hopefully Hat-Trick Productions don't come at me about this clip. But so that's why it'll be a little bit smaller on the screen. Anyone a Hat-Trick? I'm just trying to promote Father Ted here because we all have a bit of Father Ted. So we'll have a look at this clip here. I love that clip. It's just so funny. But that's called that episode is called Speed 3, and I think it's Speed 3, isn't it, or something, or Speed 4 or whatever. I forget now. I'm looking at it there a second ago. But yeah. So basically, what's happened is they've got the local milkman, sacked because he was delivering more than milk products to the locals, and there's like loads of babies showing up with like being hairy, you know, and he was a very hairy, this moustache and all. It was Pat Mustard was his name, and so anyway, this milkman, anyway, they got him sacked. You know, they told the creamery about all this. Father Ted went undercover and was like take pictures of him, you know, up to no good, and they got him sacked. So as revenge, he put a bomb on the milk float. But what happens is that when the milk float goes over 4 miles an hour, the bomb is armed. But if it comes back under 4, it blows up. I love that bit on it where he's like, if it goes back over 4, then he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you there. He's like, it'll blow up. But yeah, it's so good. Like, that episode's brilliant. Like, you know, and it's just so classic. I don't know how like the thought of some of the stuff to write. Like when he's gone down the road, like in this, he has to keep driving around the roundabout and all and stuff in this milk float to stop it from blowing up, like, and then they even pull up beside him with a tractor and a trailer and they're saying mass on the back of it for him. It's a really good episode. Like, just if anybody after the stream, like if you're there and you want something to laugh at, look up some of the clips from it. Just type in like Father Ted Speed 3 or you know whatever, and there's some good clips there on it. Like, but yeah, Dave said, do you want a cup of tea? Go on. But that's the thing. Yeah, Mrs. Doyle. Yeah, and it's unfortunate about Father Ted. Like it was one of those classic shows, and then like the poor guy that played Father Ted, he passed away. I think it was a couple of days after. I think it was after the filming of the last episode, or it could have been during. I'm not sure. I'll actually look that up there now. Name is Dermot Morgan. Probably most well known for his playing Father Ted, yeah. So we'll have a look here. Yeah, so basically said with Dermot Morgan, it said before location filming on the third and final series of Father Ted, Morgan underwent a mandatory medical examination, which he was found to have high blood pressure and was prescribed medication. On the 28th of February 1998, one day after recording the series' final episode, Morgan suffered a heart attack while hosting a dinner party at his home in London's Hounslow area, at which the Scottish musician Jim Diamond was present. He was rushed to hospital but died soon after. He was only 45 years old. So his sister went on to say that he wasn't feeling great at the end of the meal, and I went to the bedroom with him. He had a heart attack and I didn't recognize it. From my limited training in first aid, I wasn't exactly sure what was happening. The symptoms didn't match what the book said. I said to him, I think you're okay. And we went back to the table. He apologized for having left the room, and the next thing he just collapsed. We tried to resuscitate him, but it didn't work. Father Ted co-star Frank Kelly said Dermot's mind was mercurial. I think he was a kind of comedic meteor. He burned himself out. And I suppose that's quite apt. He probably did. You know what I mean? He was probably like working so much doing, you know, stuff. That was even a really rare TV series that he was in where he was traveling around the place. I think the BBC sent him off to random places, you know, like as a tourist or whatever. Like, so, you know, it's crazy. Yeah, like it's bad. Yeah, Roshi said the Christmas episode heart attack. It is really mad, and that's a good point, Dave. Dave saying they couldn't remake it now; it would be cancelled, and that's the thing. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's some of the stuff in it, like, some of the stuff in it, like, definitely would be, you know, like controversial now. Like, but back then, you know, it was playing on TV. Now I know they do play some of the episodes still, but you know, that's because it was, you know, from back then or whatever. But I'm surprised they're still playing them, you know, and there hasn't been people complaining, you know, like you think of it too, like it's kind of they're kind of poking fun at the Catholic Church or whatever in what is a predominantly Catholic country. Like, and even back then when that show was out in the 90s and all, like, you know, there was still, you know, the church did still have a lot more involvement, like especially even when I was still in school and all, the church had a lot of involvement in school and this, that, and the other or whatever. So, you know, the church's involvement was there. So I'm surprised that the idea flew back then. Do you know what I mean? Whereas now, I suppose there's a lot of people, like, I suppose when it comes to that and controversies that have went on and stuff like that, I guess that like people may have a different opinion of the Catholic Church now, where there might be as outrage. But yeah, I do get what Dave means. Yeah, there's some jokes and stuff and references that are made in it, especially like, you know, there's a husband and wife in it that are constantly like fighting with each other, but they're like nice as pie to anybody, you know, like that comes into their local shop in it, like, you know, and if they see anybody, do you think they were the perfect couple? But like when there's nobody around, like they're baiting each other, and the two of them are as bad as each other. But couldn't really have that up now, because at the moment, like, there is a kind of a big thing in Ireland at the moment in regards to domestic violence and stuff like that, you know, and getting people to speak out. So I suppose something like that now, where you have two people doing that, I know there will be people would say that, you know, it's not appropriate, but you know, I always have to say this, like, and I don't know if my mind just works different or what, but I'm just saying, like, you have to know when you turn on a show that's comedy, that regardless what they say or what is discussed in it or what stereotypes to bring up or whatever, right? They're not trying to hurt people. They're not trying to hurt those people. You know, like, I'm not saying there can't be like these crazy producers out there that might be trying to put their own agenda into things, you know, and in order to get back at demographics that all like. I'm not saying that couldn't happen. What I'm saying is, like, when comedy writers and stuff like write comedy, like they're writing it to make people laugh. Like, I know it's at the expense of somebody always, like when they're making a joke on something, but like it's not intended to hurt. It's intended to entertain and to give people a laugh. But I know some people who take it to heart and they take offense by it. And you know, I know there's certain things, you know, you shouldn't joke about and all, but I'm thinking, like, you know, if there was a case here in Ireland recently where it nearly got a comedian cancelled. I think it was Tommy Tiernan. He was doing a show. He made a joke. Somebody didn't like the joke in the audience, who happened to be someone that wrote for one of the national newspapers. They made a big stir about it on Twitter, and then there was people calling for the guy to be cancelled. And I'm thinking, you went to a gig, right, in a hall or a theater or whatever, a comedy gig. You know that this man, like, says what he wants to say. Like, you know, it's Tommy Tiernan, like he comes out with stuff and all or whatever, right? So like, you know, you're not going to this. It's not going to be like, you know, a Victorian tea party. Like, there's going to be jokes. There's going to be vulgarity. Like, so like when you go into this setting, like, you have to be expecting that. You know, like you can't go on a boat tour, and if you get wet, then complain to the operator, well, I got wet. Like, they're thinking, well, you know, you're going out in the water. Like, so like, I just don't get that. When people go to a comedy show, there's a joke made, something that they don't like, don't agree with, and then they just say, nah, cancel that guy. Even though I went there, I put myself in the situation. Like there's loads of stuff that affects loads of people, like whether it be medical conditions and this, that, and the other. Like, you can have a joke about things, but you know, if a comedian, I suppose, is intentionally constantly ripping on the same people or something, yeah, then you might say, okay, you're gonna be hard on those people, like, you know, whatever. We understand that, but you know, comedy is comedy, and it's not intended so like if somebody's just posting racist stuff and, you know, whatever sort of stuff on their like social media, like just off the bat, straight up vile comments or whatever, then that's obviously not right. But like if you're going to a comedy show and they make a joke about something, you can't really get upset. Like I don't think, you know, like, I don't think you have the right to be getting, you can get upset, but like you can't go crying then that, oh, I went to this and something was said that I didn't like, so cancel the man, you know. And I think everything's getting too much like that, and especially with shows like that and all. But you know, and I think it actually got to the stage with Tommy Tiernan now, when you go to the show, like you can't have your phone out, because, you know, what people are doing is people will record a clip and then edit it later, take it out of context and post it, and then be trying to call somebody this, that, or the other. So that's another thing people have to contend with. It's actually quite dangerous, like in terms of being in some of those professions now, like, because you don't know what you're going to say that's going to offend the wrong person, and then that's it, career finished, because everyone's trying to cancel everybody. It's crazy, like, and like I understand, you know, like, try to respect people and respect their views and respect their feelings, but like the people that are getting upset should respect that other people find something that they don't find funny, and like that's their view, that's their humor, like, or whatever, like, and you just respect it for what it is, like, and I don't know, there is a kind of a victim culture, isn't there, like where people just want to be a victim, you know. But I don't know. And Joe said, so the series, yeah, so it's called Father Ted, and Roshan was saying there are full episodes there on YouTube, so you will find something there. But yeah, I don't know, it is hilarious. It's quite funny, like a lot of Irish humor and all in it, but it's kind of it's a lot of stereotypes of the church and like people and stuff, like, so it's pretty good. I'm just catching up on a few of those comments there. Dave saying, I thought when you were young, Degenerate Ireland was still pagan. I'm not that old. I feel that old sometimes, Dave. Dave saying, was it you that were watching Are You Being Served ages ago? Was that? No, I don't recall watching it. I know what that is. I've seen that it is good. But I hadn't been watching. Well, I hadn't been watching it recently now. Another thing as well is Only Fools and Horses. I don't know if that would be made with some of the little bits and bobs and that. That's pretty good show that was as well. I don't know if that would fly these days. Yeah, Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr is really good when people heckle him from the audience. He's really good at giving it back. Like I like that. And then I've even seen clips where like people are getting upset, and he's like, "Don't be getting upset." Do you know what I mean? Like he'll just say it to them, like, you know, you came here, you sat in the front row, you know, expect it. But and then if you heckle, expect it. Do you know what I mean? And then Roshan saying that Graham Norton was in a few episodes of Father Ted. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Tommy Tiernan was in Father Ted. Graham Norton. I'm trying to think. Oh, there was loads. Brendan Grace. Loads of Irish comedians were in that. Like that was really star-studded when you think about it. Like some of them weren't as big as they are now. Back then, they're kind of only like find their feet starting off and stuff like that. But yeah, it's crazy. There was a lot of people in that were in other things, and that were comedians and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of some other people, but like my mind's gone blank now. Remember Brendan Grace, Graham Norton, Tommy Tiernan. Oh, that's gonna annoy me if you know any said in there, Roisin. But yeah, I think yeah, there was a good few people in there. Now, that was pretty good. So many classic episodes. That's why I find it hard to pick a favorite episode out of those. I love the one, the sheep, the king of the sheep, where that's good. And like when I say like what the plots of these things and all like that, people are gonna be like, that sounds absolutely crazy, like, you know, but it's just, it's so funny, like. But so it's this sheep, like, they're having a competition on the island for king of the sheep. So like, who's the best sheep out of all the sheep on the island, like, the king of the sheep. And the favorite to win it is Chris, the I think it's Chris, and Chris the sheep anyway, right? But so now I'm starting to forget now, but like, there's a beast on the island. It's not a beast, it's somebody playing a record of scary sounds from a record player out of a tree. But like, they're trying to spook the sheep so that he's not on his best form for the competition, so he doesn't win, like. And it's just so funny, like. And oh, it's just that episode's good. Then the one where they're raffling off the car, they're trying to raise money so that that's the, I think it's that's the bishop or something like that for or they're looking for a prize or something like that. But they end up getting the car and they do something. He crashes it. Ted ends up crashing it, isn't it? When he's like, there's this woman, he was at a book signing or something like that. It's funny. And then he's trying to fix the car, where I actually want to see. Let's see, can I find that clip real quick there? Oh, I'll have to, I can't even remember the name of that episode. See if I can remember what. Oh yeah, it's this is hilarious, right? So I get it. So like, right, we'll just have a quick look at this, right? So, ever the perfectionist, Ted attempts to even out a dent in the car. Well, you never get it absolutely right. That's the description of this video. So anyway, he has a ding in the car, so they're trying to fix it, because I can't remember the plot of this. Just give me 1 second, guys. And I think it's so funny in that episode as well. It's like just before the raffle's done, Ted's like, funny story. I was once at a raffle where, funny thing is, what a coincidence, the people that were actually running the raffle ended up winning. So isn't that hilarious? You know, because it was going to be a fix. So it's season 2, episode 2, and it's called "Think Fast, Father Ted." So let I just get that. I just want to get the plot of this there. I remember it kind of, but it's all over the place in my head here. So it's just to give this clip a bit of context. Right, so this is the synopsis, right? So it says the parochial house has a leak in its roof, which happens to be over Jack's head, and Jack's the alcoholic priest. Ted and Dougal move him only to have another leak start over Jack's new position. Ted decides to hold a raffle to raise money for the roof. He calls Bishop Brennan and secures permission to raffle a blue 1985 Rover 213 SE. Ted and Dougal leave to retrieve the Rover, and upon their return, Dougal spots a small... I was getting another episode confused there a second ago, guys, sorry. Dougal spots a small dent on the bonnet. Ted is dismayed and tries to tap it away with a hammer from the toolkit. But ends up creating another small dent. And that's where we leave that description, and we'll have a look at the clip, right? This is good. I'm just having a look at the comments there before I play it there. It was a launching pad for loads of the Irish greats. Yeah. It's crazy, like, do you know what I mean? How many of them, and they all did well after it, like, do you know what I mean? So, like, yeah, it was really good. Yeah, so I'm gonna get this clip up. Yeah, we'll have a look at this. Yeah, just turn the sound up a little tad there. Now, Now, we should be able to get that up on screen now. Now, here we go. So this is good. So as I said, come back. There's the car that they're going to raffle off in the raffle to fix the roof of the parochial house, raise the funds for it. And they come back to discover a small dent. So they're going to try fix it. What could possibly go wrong? So naive. Oh, poor Dougal. Hang on till I stop the clip there. Poor old Dougal. So that's kind of a taste there, Joe, of what sort of chaos goes on. But I love that clip of the car though. It's just so good, like, you know. Oh, you know, it's hilarious. But yeah, so that's Father Ted. So hopefully all going well. We'll wait for a few hours after this stream is processed and all that. And if they don't claim it, then yeah, okay, we might watch some more Father Ted clips on another stream. So you know what I mean? Like, so if that all goes well, I do be cautious of, you know, kind of using those sort of clips and all, because I know like some of those media companies, like that's a production company that actually did Father Ted that's on their channel. Like, so I'm always wary of it getting claimed or something like that. Don't really mind if it's a live stream, because you can just, you know, the live stream's being happened or whatever, and we can like clip it out the end of it or whatever. So might do that at the end of some of the streams, maybe watch a few little Father Ted clips or whatever. You know, when we're kind of doing these sort of streams, like, or whatever, you know. Yeah, it's educational, you know, kind of spreading the word about Father Ted out there, like, you know what I mean, to people that may not have heard of it before. But yeah. So I just want to thank everybody for joining me. It's been very good having everybody here. And the main aim, obviously, of the stream, in case people who joined us later are looking at the kind of clickbaity title, it was kind of to get people over here. It was an emergency wolf stream, it was, because the little wolf at the Wolf Conservation Centre needed a name. So what we were doing is, and this is just to recap for anyone that may have joined us, there was 4 names shortlisted. So we had 1 vote because we have adopted a wolf at the centre. So I put up the 4 names. Everybody got to vote. Well, you know, in the time frame, if you got the vote. And I'm sorry for anyone that didn't get the vote. But we only had until 3 o'clock Eastern time to get the vote in. And I wanted to just have it done a little bit early. So we did it about 20 minutes before that. But as I said, like, I was buried in a lot of emails, and I've been trying to get through the emails over the last while. And that's why I was just late putting up the post. But thanks to everyone who voted in the poll. I really appreciate it. And I will let you know as soon as they announce what name won. The name we picked, just to recap again, was Silas. That's the one everyone voted for. And yeah, so yeah, that was the main aim of the stream. And as I said, I'll let you know, and I will have a wolf update video coming very soon. The next main video that I have for the channel is going to be one about some shoplifting. And anybody that's a member that hasn't seen the latest video that we posted was a members video. See, do I have the thumbnail saved here from it? No, I didn't have it in here, but hang on 1 second before I go. Yeah, so I just want to share that real quick there for a second. So on the channel page, for any channel members that haven't seen it already, I posted a video this morning. There it is. There you'll see up at the top in the corner. It's called Only a Bit of Grief. So it's a members video. If you haven't seen that and you're a member, do check it out there. It's quite good. It's in Dublin. And anyone that does want to become a member, check out the link down below in the description, and you'll have access to any of the members only videos. I'm hoping to have some more coming soon as well, guys, because as I said, I do apologize for it having been a bit slow there, but I'm trying to pick back up on the members videos and get a few there. And we had one just before that, which was the rude Karens get ejected from hotel. Oh, another thing I just wanted to briefly mention before I go. that video there, that if anybody hasn't seen it, that one scene, see it there saying I don't care. Shoplifting Karens argue in Macy's. Well, I'm having an issue with that video at the moment, and I may have to clip a piece out of it, or I may have to take the video down. I'm not quite sure what way I'm going to go about it, but it's kind of messy there, the way there's a piece claimed in it. I think it's just one of those, there's a lot of this stuff going on. I've seen a few creators talking about it before, about there was even somebody talking about a song was claimed in one of their videos that wasn't even in the video. It was just I think there's some of these bogus like media companies or whatever out there that claim bits of random videos and hope that it sticks somewhere, you know, and they get a bit of revenue or so. I don't know, but there's a piece being claimed in that of the video, so I may trim it and see what way it works out, but I am going to be keeping that video, if you know what I mean. I will have it in the archive, and we may be able to play it in a live stream some night, kind of, you know, recap on it or something like that for people that haven't seen it. So what I am going to do is I'm going to leave that video there without doing anything with it for maybe another week or so, maybe. So if you haven't seen that one, do check it out. Yeah, I just wanted to say that when I seen it there. And if you haven't seen the other one, the Roadman live streams police chase, do check that out. But yeah, once again, I do want to thank everybody for joining me, and I want to thank our channel members as well. So I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and I hope to come back to you guys. I'm hoping if I get back later on, I'm not going to promise I'll get back later on, but if I do, I do. But if not, I will try get on tomorrow and do that live stream about the Regency Hotel that I keep saying I'm going to do, and it keeps getting pushed on the back burner, but I will do it because soon it'll be ancient history if I don't do it. So yeah, yeah, I don't know, Dave. They just like and some of them want to take off the shirts before the arrest, you know, as in it's some sort of like battle move, you know, where it's like, oh, he's took his shirt off, he means business. So you know what I mean. I don't know what the story is there, but yeah. So thanks very much for joining me, guys, and thanks very much for everyone who voted in the poll. And I do hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you all very soon. So as always, guys, stay safe and take care. And if you can't be good, be good at it, as they say. So yeah, take care, guys, and I hope you all have a great evening. Oh, as well, and thanks to everybody that dropped us a super chat as well. I really appreciate it. Thanks very much, guys. I just wanted to say that at the end. So it is very much appreciated. So take care, guys.